All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the live stream. Sorry about that. Fun thing about technology is it gets technical sometimes. Lethal Lamb for OKVD is your lead jammer at the 8-minute mark. Engage jamming for Calgary. As you can see on the board, maybe or maybe not, it's 208 to 161. Calgary still in the lead by a little over 40 points.
There were 4 lead changes while you were gone. No, I'm just kidding.
Lethal Lamb tapping and calling. OKVD with a timeout. So we're glad to have you back here at the 2018 Clover Cup, hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils. The host team will be playing this evening, 6 p.m. You'll see the Dallas Derby Devils taking on Mad Roller Dolls. Mad Rollin' Dolls, not Roller Dolls. English is a tough language, folks. I've not quite mastered it yet.
All those words are coming out in a sequence.
Mm-hmm.
We have a timeout being called by OKVD.
Both teams will have 2 timeouts remaining in the contest. Calgary, remember, they lost their official review for the half. They no longer have an official review available. Oklahoma does. And so at the conclusion, this timeout is now over.
I hear whistle swoop. We're about ready to get back to action.
While we were gone, Preacher's Slaughter fouled out of the contest for Calgary.
It was only a matter of time. She was in foul trouble very early on in this bout.
Yeah, Renault, 747, and Kiki Tiki Bang Bang, both sitting on 6 penalties, so they are also in danger. 7 minutes to go. Easy break oven, lead jammer for Calgary.
Little Shanks are trying to shrug off a hit by the Calgary blocker.
Shrugged off a few hits to get
Sure
through there.
did.
Well done there by...
Looked like a couple of the Calgary blockers went to the box, too. It might have been a low block in there somewhere.
Yeah, Zoe Duncan in the box was the victim of that forearm. Or not victim, was the inflictor of that forearm penalty.
5-point grand slam for Easy Break Oven. Calgary really trying to pouring it on here. And all those whistles stop the jam. Looks like Calgary got 2 points on that last pass, none for OKVD.
2:15 to 165, 6.5 minutes to go. Left period number 2, jam number 14 about to take place. On the jam line for Calgary, number 51 in the program, none other
Then Harley Havoc.
You like that dramatic pause? I was trying to throw it to you.
And we have
It's Lethal Lamb.
Lethal Lamb on the jam line for OKVD. Both jammers trying to get around the blockers. Push, push, push. Let's see if they get it.
Lethal Lamb restarting back at the jam line after being knocked to the inside. Opportunity for Harley Havoc to get lead jammer.
Lethal Lamb getting knocked out of bounds on the inside. Must recycle.
Nice job by Harley Havoc coming in a little hot, but engaging in the legal hit zone and not drawing a penalty. But good job by OKVD forcing Harley Havoc off the track. That recycle back to turn 2.
And here we have a star pass. Check 1-2. Receiving the star. Will not get a chance to score any points. Looks like she kind of said, shucky darn, she was wanting some points.
That check 1-2 was a very consistent jammer. She's been with OKVD since 2008. His transition to a blocker this season. And it's interesting, I've had an opportunity to call OKVD a number of times, and that check 1-2 name, very consistent in my calls, but not so much as a blocker, and either when you're being called as a blocker, it's either you're doing something pretty extraordinary or you're doing something that's sending you to a box. It's the first time we've really called check, so I'm going to go with the fact that check's been solid this entire game.
And it looks like we have a timeout being called. Looks like Calgary has called it. Yes, indeed, they have.
And remember, Calgary needs to get some wind back in the lungs, get a little break here as we charge through the last 4.5 minutes of period 2. A comfortable lead, 220 to 165. But if you're starting to wear down a little bit, and that momentum starts to creep on OKVD's side, that what is comfortable lead now will evaporate in a heartbeat if given the opportunity. So I think this is a great timeout for Calgary right now to evaluate the strategy to move into the last 4 minutes and make sure that they can sustain this lead to finish off the contest.
4:41 to go in the game, 165 to 220. Calgary out ahead of the Oklahoma Victory Dolls. Calgary in white, Oklahoma Victory Dolls in black. We have Trigger Trixie jamming for OKVD, and Easy Break Oven is your lead jammer.
It is not Easy Break Oven jamming.
Hillary Boswell.
It's Hillary Boswell.
Boswell.
We were lied to. Fortunately, we have the ability to recover quickly. That was a great hit. That was Trenchtown Rocket putting the hard hit on Hillary Boswell.
Trenchtown is a hard-nosed blocker. Making Hillary do the windmill before hitting the deck. Hillary's still having trouble getting through the OKVD blockers.
Trenchtown with a low block penalty.
She'll be sitting for 30.
Like I said there, as a blocker, you do something extraordinary, you get your name called. Or if you go to the penalty box, you get your name called. Trenchtown did both of those in that jam. Outstanding work.
It looks like an official review is being called by OKVD. .320 to go in this bout. 165 to 225. Calgary in the lead.
Derby fans, if you need some new skates, you need to go check out Bont. Bont is lighter, stronger, faster. They're the original carbon fiber boot. They're fully heat moldable, ultra lightweight, extremely responsive. Their heavenly heel lock is amazing. You can build your own dream skates at mybonts.com.
And if you need some wheels for those bonds, go visit Anabolic Skate, Anabolic Gentry Series Wheels. Patented Vanguard urethane paired with a lightweight nylon hub, giving you the speed, grip, and edging you need to reign over the competition. And as this official review extends into it well into the evening, we'd like to thank you all for tuning in on WFTDA TV.
We're coming to you live from the NYTEX Sports Center in North Richland Hills, Texas.
Beautiful area.
This event hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils, if you're not aware. They are competing in this tournament. They will be playing tonight against the Mad Rolling Dolls at 6 p.m. Game 7, the game before that at 4 p.m., is going to feature Sacramento versus Houston. OKVD official review request there was a white skating, asking for a Calgary skating out of bounds penalty on Hillary Boswell. That was determined to not be a penalty, so the official review was
Skate
rejected,
on.
and they will not retain.
Easy break oven, your lead jammer for Calgary. Trigger Trixie jamming for OKVD.
Easy break oven. Airborne over the apex. Sticks the landing. That'll be 4 points.
And there was a star pass at the end of that play to Lethal Lamb, who ended up being the jammer of record, but scored no points.
Another break in the action. This time a timeout by the Oklahoma Victory Dolls. Clock is not on the side of Oklahoma right now with only 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the period. We're going to come up to jam number 17. We didn't run into a lot of these lengthy 2-minute jams like we did in the first period, Stash.
We sure haven't. The second
I think
period has kind of changed.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit more desperation to keep the position, the track or the clock position in your favor on both sides this time instead of just letting it run.
Well, you saw that earlier when the Calgary blocker ran the Oklahoma jammer almost all the way the length of the track. Try eat at that clock. A couple more seconds. When you're in the lead, the clock is your friend.
We'll give a shout out to Kiki Tiki Bang Bang. It's easy for me to say. Managed to so far sit on those 6 penalties for the last 12 minutes. 12 minutes of gameplay without committing a penalty and getting ejected.
And we have a power jam, Harley Havoc for Calgary. Little Shankstus sitting in the box. Harley Havoc working her way through the pack. That is a 5-point grand slam for Calgary.
It was a wonderful offensive block by Bazinga in the center of the track there that sprung that hole open for Harley Havoc. This time there's room on the inside.
Almost sprung her, but she had to. Got blocked out on the inside, has to recycle.
Yeah, Sharpie marker with a good block there, but it was a back block, so Sharpie had to go to the penalty box. Effective enough to force the recycle, though, which is, if you're going to take a penalty, it might as well be
effective, yes.
Effective, right? 10 points scored on that. Calgary Roller Derby Association All-Stars 244. Oklahoma Victory Dolls 165. About a minute left in the contest. I'm going to suggest that Calgary's in a good enough position here to expect to move on to the third place position. The winner of the next game will join them in that contest. Next game featuring, they'll be playing against, I got my brain scrambled again. Rocky Mountain Roller Girls won the last game, which put them in the third place contest, and they're going to compete against Calgary, most likely, unless OKVD has a 91-point jam in them.
And I just got finished calling that Rocky Mountain game, and they looked really good in that.
Well, Rocky Mountain was the number 1 seed coming into this contest, and they got upset yesterday by Sacramento.
You never know what's going to go down at a tournament.
Well,
that's why you want to come. Or if you're watching on WFTDA TV, we welcome you.
Rocky Mountain did look like Rocky Mountain this morning, though, in that contest.
They look sharp.
Yeah, in that contest against Charm City. Charm City
looked good too, but they got into a bit of penalty trouble.
They had penalty trouble, and I think that you saw that they were up against it.
Here we go. Under a minute to go in this game. Trigger Trixie jamming for OKVD. Engage for Calgary. And it is Engage, your lead jammer. And I got to say, Captain, this second period has been all Calgary.
Yeah, Calgary just stepped on the gas defensively. You know, they put up the same amount of points in the first half as they did in the second half, but they literally cut OKVD's offense in half. Only 55 points scored in the second half by OKVD. It's impressive that Calgary, with so many players in penalty trouble, were able to lock down defensively like they have and not, get blown out off the track in a penalty situation.
And there's only been one foul out for Calgary, has there not?
Yeah, and Preacher's Preacher Slaughter,
right,
went into the second half with 6 fouls. So getting that 7th was pretty much inevitable.
Hillary Boswell coming over to give her greetings to the Calgary fans that are here.
And by Calgary fans, what Stash is referring to is the 3 other Calgary skaters that aren't skating in this contest.
They have some fans in the audience.
I think there's some fans in the audience. I know there are fans on the stream, and we thank you guys for joining us here at Clover Cup 2018. Mad love for the folks in Calgary and all over Canada.
We hope you enjoyed it. 15 seconds to go in this. Lethal Lamb jamming for Oklahoma. Hillary Boswell, the aforementioned, jamming for Calgary. And, no, she got pushed out of bounds over in turn 1. Lethal Lamb. Oh, okay, Hillary is lead jammer. Clock expires. Hillary Boswell calls the jam.
So, ladies and gentlemen, your unofficial score is going to have Calgary Roller Derby Association All-Stars taking the victory against OKVD, the Oklahoma Victory Dolls, by a score of 246 to 165. That's an official score. A great contest, action-packed early on. Then Calgary just taking over defensively.
Took it away from them.
And earning an opportunity to play for the 3rd place position in the 2018 Clover Cup hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils.
Do not take your web browser off of WFTDA TV because that is going to be a good game between Calgary and
Rocky Mountain.
Mountain.
We got Junior Roller Derby coming up next, ladies and gentlemen. So for Stash Merkin, I am Captain Motorboater. We bid you farewell. We'll be back in 20 or so minutes.
Ciao. Legs did a good job. Great. Doing a lot of good. Very happy she was able to come help us. She's golden. Thank you, Rachel. I'm sorry, I keep wanting to call you Rachel. I see your name on Facebook, and it's like.
Hey, it's Star Trek here. I'm with Easy Break Oven from Calgary Roller Derby Association, coming out victorious in our last game. So at halftime, this was a 12-point game. And by the end of it, you guys had opened up an 81-point lead. So what was the thought process on the bench? How'd you come away with the win?
You know what? We got to give huge props to our blockers. They were on the ball both with offense and defense this whole time. We ran into a lot of jammer penalty trouble last game, and we were trying to clean that up. Only moderately successful. We were still getting a lot of jammer penalties, and every time they did penalty killing extraordinaire. They were really writing the textbook on it today. So.
Cool. Well, tomorrow at noon, you have another game coming up. You're going to face the team that loses in our semifinal matchup. It could either be Dallas, which would be a rematch, right? Or it might be Madison. So any feelings about how you're going to recoup and get ready for the game tomorrow?
I think we play on Sundays, so we get to eat Sundays. I think that's how the rule works. It would be nice to have a rematch against Dallas because we felt like we maybe could have held it together a little better against them, but we've never played Mad Rollendale, so that would also be a treat. So.
All right, well, Calgary is pretty isolated up there in Alberta. How do you guys continue to improve, build your league, move up in the rankings like you're obviously going to do this year?
Well, we have had to do a lot of traveling, but actually I'd like to give a shout out to the Edmonton team. Evil is also down in Arizona this weekend. They have started their WIFT competitive season and are doing very well down there. So it's actually nice because now we have a similarly ranked team in Alberta for the first time ever. And we played them earlier this year and won. But point being is that we're building the sport in our province and really happy that that's happening. So.
Cool. Well, that's awesome. I heard that you got to know the OKVD girls a little bit earlier this year, and you have some skate park date time planned on the weekend. Tell me about that.
Well, yeah, we're hoping to get out. I was down in Oklahoma for work and met a few of their folks, and it turns out they've got a lot of park fans down there. So they were able to show me around to where to find the secret spots at and stuff. So there might be a chance we can get out on Sunday after everything kind of shakes out and if we still have any legs left. So.
All right, well, congratulations on the win. What a great performance today. Good luck tomorrow. And stay tuned for some awesome Junior Derby action coming up at Clover Cup 2018.
When you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, 'cause you're desperate. Oh, here they come for a chance, for adventure. What's your poison? What's your pleasure? Oh, my city, she never sleeps. My city, she never weeps. My city, she keeps me alive. Give it up for my city, oh, give it up for my city, oh, give it up.
On here? Can we get it on here?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to coverage of 2018's Clover Cup hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils. I am Scarlett O'Hurtia.
And I am Muffin Tumble.
And we are excited to bring you our next game of the day right here, starting in about a minute and a half. We have a fabulous junior game, an exhibition featuring 30 of the best junior skaters from across the state of Texas here to show off their skills for you. And let's go ahead and run down these rosters.
So, skating in maroon, that is Imminent Threat. 00, Payne Gwen. 12, Causing Chaos. 15, Black Eyed Bean. 2, Fillmore Payne. 35, Skull Crusher. 380, Daryl Dixie. 4372, Be Reckless. 5, Cha-ching. 5150, Alligator. 56, Flying Debris. 620, Bruiser Ballad. 73, AC Bolt. 8, Lunatic. 88, Dragon Girl. 947, Seek and Destroy.
And in the blue jerseys is Team Impending Doom, starting with number 007, Rhiannon Cannon. Number 13, Lucky Devil. Number 15, Panda Express. Number 16, Gigabyte. Number 2, Fluff and Tough. 22, Reaping Beauty. 365, ADH Doom. 382, Crazy Haley. Number 49, Gold Rush. Number 5, Disgracer. 519, Scorpion. 82, Polka Loca. 911, Demon Child. And number 99, Honey Cruel Her. We've got a variety of teams represented here, and I'm excited to see what we have in store here because all of these skaters, it's all girls, had to try out to be on these teams. So it's not like one of those mashups where you show up, they throw you in a black or a white jersey. They actually had to put in some work ahead of time and earn their spot on these rosters against a lot of other talented skaters from across the state of Texas. We've got representatives from Houston, Dallas, Austin, Round Rock, San Antonio, and Denton as well. Thank you. And so up first on our jam line, again, Team Impending Doom is in blue, Imminent Threat in maroon. And to start things off, Impending Doom is going to field number 007, Rhiannon Cannon. And Team Imminent Threat is fielding number...
It's Alligator.
Oh, it's Alligator, okay. Her jersey was a bit scrunched up, so I couldn't quite see her number clearly.
There we go. So, and they're off. 10 seconds into the first jam of this game.
Very physical pack right out of the gate. Looks like blue team holding things together a little bit tighter in the front. I think a piece of someone's wrist guard just went flying. And Rhiannon Cannon jut out front. First, she is your lead jammer for Impending Doom.
Alligator is also out of the pack, but the jam is called, and we'll start with a 0-0 score for that first jam.
We'd love to thank our officials for making this game possible as well. Joined by Snippy Snap, Wreck-It Randa, Buxom Bella, Bob Humbug, Medic H. Ater, War Kitten, Honey Badger, Maggie May, Benoit, Dawson's Law, Cataclysm, Chirofracture, Megahertz, Doc Skinner, Snippy Snap, I already said him, Rick and Blocker, Beazle Bozo, Mandaranda, Primeval, Dawn of the Red, our officials, both skating and non. Back to the action on the track. Who's jamming?
That is Fluff and Tough in blue, jamming for Impending Doom. She is also your lead jammer. And jamming in maroon, that is Dragon Girl, still in the pack. Oh, just out of the pack as well. But that's 2 lead jams in a row for Impending Doom.
And it looks like Imminent Threat doing a good job there of breaking up that defensive formation by Team Impending Doom. Nice to see how these teams are coming together. And we have first blood or first points, however you see it, on the board. Team Impending Doom with 4 points. Imminent Threat remains at 0. We're heading into jam number 3. And for those of you just tuning in, this is Clover Cup 2018. I am Scarlett O'Hurtia. And I'm joined by Miss Muffin Tumble. Up next on the jam line, who is donning the star, Muffin?
That is Scorpio, jamming for Impending Doom in blue. Jamming in maroon, that's Flying Debris for Imminent Threat.
2 very distinctive defensive formations here, but Flying Debris manages to get through first, breaking up that wall of blue.
And that is the first lead jam status for the ladies in maroon, Imminent Threat. First lead jam and first points on the board for that team.
And it looks like those first points are going to be 5, a grand slam after Flying Debris landed that, or didn't quite land the apex jump, but managed to get back on her feet pretty quickly and stay in bounds. That's the important part.
Scorpion threw on her initial pass.
And it looks like Rhiannon Cannon heading to the penalty box. First penalty of the game for Team Impending Doom.
9 points on that jam for Flying Debris.
And it looks like Scorpion held to 0. So strong defense from the maroon team. Team Imminent Threat.
And it will, oh, I'm sorry.
So up next on the jam line for Team Impending Doom, that is number 16, Gigabyte. And for imminent threat in the maroon is number 0, Penguin.
Penguin, I get the name. That is so fun. Now that I hear it out loud, this is the second lead jam in a row for an imminent threat. Penguin is your lead jammer.
We had some pretty solid defensive formations there. 2 really solid tripods, but Penguin on the smaller side manages to sneak on by.
That is a grand slam for Penguin.
And it looks like Gigabyte shoved down a couple times in the straightaway, deciding to take the helmet cover off of her helmet. Cha-Ching running interference, making it difficult for Gigabyte to pass that star over to her pivot. That is Rhiannon Cannon, who now has the helmet cover in her hand and has officially completed a star pass.
She's denied any points as Penguin calls off the jam. Penguin putting 10 points on the scoreboard for imminent threat.
We would love to thank our fabulous sponsors of Clover Cup 2018. Fox Rental, proudly celebrating 50 years under the same ownership and providing the Metroplex with the best equipment to complete all events and projects. That is Fox Rental. Now out on the jam line for their respective teams. Muffin, who is jamming?
That is Gold Rush in blue. This is her first jam as a jammer this bout. And in maroon, I will let you know it is Alligator for her second time on the jam line for imminent threat.
Looks like a pretty small jammer rotation for both teams right now. And Alligator in a familiar position, lead jammer for Team Imminent Threat. And Gold Rush out of the pack and now eligible to score points as Allie spins her way through at turn 2, calls it off before any points can be put on the board for the team in blue. So once again, Imminent Threat shutting out Team Impending Doom. Score is currently 23-4 with Imminent Threat in the lead. We are heading into jam number 6, and if you guys want to engage in the conversation and tell us what your thoughts are on the stars of tomorrow, they're already stars in our opinion, but all these fabulous junior skaters out here, talk to us on Twitter. Use the hashtag CloverCup2018 or hashtag talk2 WFTDA.
That's Disgracer jamming for the first time for Impending Doom against Dragon Girl. And I believe this is her first jam on the jam line. And, power jam in favor of Impending Doom. Power jam and lead jam for Impending Doom. That is Disgracer.
So this is Dragon Girl's second jam, actually, but doesn't matter because Disgracer is the one that's in control of that clock as the lead jammer. That's exactly what Team Impending Doom needs right now.
Pat getting spread out. Yep, they're going to let her go.
We've got the blue pivot headed to the penalty box, and I apologize for not catching the number of that skater, but we'll let you know here in a minute. Either way, Team Impending Doom skating without their pivot, so no star pass possible right now, and they are on a power jam as we have not only Imminent Threat's jammer, but also one of their blockers in that box. And they show why that is so important. 5 points for Disgracer on that last pass. A total of 10, bringing the score 23-14. Imminent Threat still in the lead, but really closing that gap. Impending Doom sneaking up on him, only 9 points away.
I believe that's Rhiannon Cannon jamming again. Yes, in blue. In maroon, we have Flying Debris jamming again for Imminent Threat.
And not long after hitting that jam line, Flying Debris sent to the penalty box for cutting the track penalty. So once again, second time in a row, Team Impending Doom in the blue grabs lead jammer status. And again, on a power jam.
Another power jam for them. And they were held to 4 points for 4 jams in a row, but they are on a roll.
Very nice footwork there. Rhiannon Cannon sliding on the outside, dodging a hit from Cha-Ching, but good follow-up from Cha-Ching. Shoves her to the infield, and she gets a cutting the track penalty. Heads to the penalty box, and that is releasing Flying Debris, who now is making her initial pass.
And that means that gem will continue for 50 more seconds as it will go the full 2 minutes. Little backwards style points right there. She gets through on her initial pass.
Oh, I wish we could have style points. I so wish we could, and just hold up little placards. especially with now that we are in the age of the apex jump.
Yep, and denied a apex jump. That was Panda Express playing a little defense on the line at turn number 2. Power Jam is over.
Both jammers on the track, and beautiful agility there by Rhiannon Cannon. Shucking and driving her way through that pack, zigging and zagging on the straightaway, manages to get through for 5 points on that pass.
And she's match flying debris also out. Nice little apex jump. She fell down, but let's see if they're going to give her the points on that one.
So Flying Debris living up to her name today. We've seen a lot of apex jump attempts from her, and whether or not she sticks them for some reason, she manages to clear the out of bounds space as she does them legally, just maybe doesn't land on her feet. And not related to an apex jump, Flying Debris sent to the penalty box whilst wearing the Jammer star. So we're back to a power jam for Team Impending Doom.
And 10 more points scored by Impending Doom. 8 points for Imminent Threat. 24-31. Imminent Threat still in the lead so far this game.
But chipping away at that point spread. Only 7 points separating these two teams. I can math. At this point, we're heading into jam number 8. You are watching Clover Cup 2018 live from the NYTEX Sports Center in beautiful North Richland Hills, Texas. And I am Scarlett O'Hurtia.
And I am Muffin Tumble, and this was a power start in favor of Impending Doom. Flying Debris starting in the penalty box.
Disgracer jamming in the blue for Team Impending Doom, the lone jammer on the track. Impending Doom with a 4-3 pack advantage with one blocker in the box.
And taking advantage of that, and she is her lead jammer. We have Flying Debris standing, so she is almost done with her penalty. Disgracer getting caught up at turn number 2.
Solid 4-person wall across that track. Then it turns into more than a brace tripod because it was 3 people across with one brace.
Yep, Flying Debris sneaking through on the inside on her initial pass.
And now we're off to the races. Both jammers neck and neck as they head down that straightaway. Disgracer calling it off after grabbing 5 points total on that jam. Imminent Threat manages to sneak in 1 point. So now we have a 3-point game, 32-29. Imminent Threat in the lead. And I am inevitably going to tangle up those names at some point. I'm waiting for it to happen.
Oh yeah, they're so close, but very fun names for these two teams. And really great skill we're seeing. I love seeing the future of where it's going and seeing how these kids are a lot of them aging out, turning 18. We do have a timeout.
That timeout is called by Team Imminent Threat. Interesting there, the team in the lead, trying to perhaps regain some of the momentum they had initially. This timeout brought to you by Adam Skates. The new Viper alloy packages from Adam Skates is the best bang for your buck on the track. It comes with a lifetime warranty on the plate, choice of boot, and Adam wheels with prices starting at $269.95. See Resurrection for all your Adam needs. And you can also check out Adam Skates online. Now, Muffin, I know I personally have had the pleasure of seeing a lot of these skaters come up over the years and scrimmage against each other and train with various junior programs across the state. So it's interesting to see them in this context and to see how well they're meshing despite coming from different areas with different leagues, with different philosophies. And it's exciting to see the future of Derby doing so well right from the get-go. And who is jamming now, Muffin?
That is Scorpion in blue and Dragon Girl jamming again in maroon for Imminent Threat. But yeah, I've seen a lot of these girls grow up. Like Black Eyed Bean has grown a foot since I've seen her last, and I love that she's still skating. She is now taller than I am. That's not that hard.
How tall are you, Muffin?
I'm a whole 5 feet tall. Lead jammer status going to Dragon Girl. Sorry about that. Scorpion is also out of the pack.
That is the first lead in 3 jams for Team Imminent Threat. So, like we said, likely taking that time out to try and refocus and regain some of that momentum.
They're going to call the jam. Meanwhile, AC Bolt going to the penalty box. It'll be 4-3 pack advantage for Impending Doom on this next jam.
Imminent Threat grabbing 4 points, widening that point spread a bit, 36-29. Imminent Threat in the maroon in the lead, and Team Impending Doom in the blue. We are heading into jam number 10 with 18 minutes left in the first half. Who is jamming Muffin?
I believe we have a new jammer in blue, Impending Doom. Let's see. I'm sorry. Oh, a little switching on the jam line. Demon Child jamming in blue for Impending Doom. And that is Flying Debris back on the jam line. Demon Child is your lead jammer. Flying Debris is out of the pack, about a quarter lap behind. We have 4-2 pack advantage right now in favor of Impending Doom.
Make that a 4-3 as one of the blockers is leaving the penalty box and Demon Child goes flying. We have flying demons
That was
at turn 4.
that was a big hit by Cha-Ching, skating for an imminent threat.
Cha-Ching, a very solid blocker, but Demon Child manages to grab 4 points on that last jam, closing that gap between the two teams, 36-33. Imminent threat in the lead still, heading into jam number 11 with Lucky Devil jamming for Team Impending Doom in the blue.
And Penguin jamming in maroon.
We do have a 4-3 pack advantage for Team Impending Doom as the pivot for Imminent Threat is still in the box. And as soon as I say that, she comes out.
Big hit at turn number 1. Everybody's back up on their feet. Lucky Devil struggling, getting knocked out of bounds again, resetting to the back of the pack. Penguin also resetting to the back of the pack. Everybody's stuck between turns 2 and 3. Another takedown of Penguin.
Lucky Devil shoved to the outside at turn 3. Gold Rush also forced out, forced to recycle. Lucky Devil contending with a solid block of 4 maroon jerseys. And looks like she's going to get a little bit of offensive assistance from Gold Rush. And after almost a minute, 50 seconds, we finally have a lead jammer. Penguin declared lead. Very hard fought status earned.
Definitely. We do have a new jammer. We have our second star pass for the blue team. So the new jammer is Reaping Beauty. Reaping Beauty is jamming for Impending Doom. She is out of the pack. That was her initial pass for their team.
Penguin in control of that clock.
Oh.
And she's sent to the penalty box for a low block.
She will lose her lead jammer status, so this jam will continue for 30 more seconds.
And now there's opportunity to close that point spread. Let's see if she can do it. And she grabs a grand slam, ladies and gentlemen. That is a lead change. Team Impending Doom in the blue taking over 38-36. And Reaping Beauty on a power jam. 1 blocker apiece in the penalty box. Penguin standing and about to be released to end the power jam.
And the jam is called. 5 points on the scoreboard for Impending Doom, taking the 10 points. So 43 for Impending Doom, 39 for Imminent Threats. That is our first lead change.
And I believe that's the first time that we have seen Team Impending Doom in the lead since jam number 2 when they grabbed that first 4 points. So took them a while to catch back up, but Team Impending Doom in the blue, Team Imminent Threat in the maroon. Penguin jamming once again because she was still in the penalty box whenever the jam started.
And Disgracer is your lead jammer for Impending Doom. Power jam is over. Penguin back on the track. Disgracer getting a lot of speed coming around and getting all the way around.
Beautiful hit by Fillmore Payne. 2 of them back to back. Solid defense there by Imminent Threat. And ADH Doom heading to the penalty box. So we're going to have a 4-3 pack advantage for Imminent Threat. Oh, nope, just joking because I didn't see Cha-Ching in the box as well. So 3-all on the blockers right now as Disgracer making another scoring pass. 9 points so far here in jam number 12. Penguin grabbing 4 on her first scoring pass.
Disgracer getting caught up. Oh, 1 more blocker to pass. She's through.
Very interesting strategy by Disgracer. She's doing that slow and steady. No real big jumpy movements this go round. No real powerhouse plays or anything. Just slow and steady, controlled progress through that pack. Seems to be working, though. 13 points so far for the team in blue, courtesy of Disgracer. total of 18 for Team Impending Doom. Score widens 61-47. Team Impending Doom in the blue in the lead.
Yeah, big score jump for them so far. Next on the jam line, that is Scorpion jamming again for Impending Doom. And for in the maroon, that is Alligator jamming again.
We should just assume about every second or third jam, oh, it's probably Alligator.
She's another one I've seen grown up, so it's really awesome. She's really been skating for a long time, and look at she's showing her skill. She is your lead jammer.
You can really see with her form and the precision that she uses when she goes through that pack, that experience and how that adds up over time. She's a formidable jammer and can make her own way. Doesn't need offensive assistance at all, as you can see.
There she goes. Grand slam. She's going to call it off just as Scorpion made it out on her initial pass. So that's a quick 5 points for Imminent Threat, taking them to 52 points. This is a 6-point game, folks. 58 for Impending Doom.
Neck and neck all the way through, and that's because these are the 30 best female skaters in the state of Texas. They all had to try out to get onto these teams.
And they did a small adjustment on the score for Impending Doom. I think they pulled 3 points from that last run, but they were still in the lead.
Not a problem. Now out on the line in the blue, that is Fluffin' Tough going up against number 56, Flying Debris. There's a joke in there somewhere, but I don't know what it is. Fluffin' Tough shoved out of bounds, forced to recycle back past the pivot line. And Flying Debris gets out in front, is your lead jammer for Team Imminent Threat.
Imminent Threat on a roll. They've had lead jammer status 3 of the last 4 jams. Fluffin' Tough, still on initial pass. Flying Debris going down at turn number 3.
It really seems like we see momentum swing like a pendulum strongly one way or the other. And speaking of swinging one way or the other, Fluffin' Tough just ducked her way around the entire pack, basically, in order to make her first pass.
Flying Debris through again. I'm not seeing her points from her. There it is. 5 points for her. 4 for Fluffin' Tough.
Penguin shoved to the inside. Fluffin' Tough also shoved to the infield. 3 points for Fluffin' Tough and 2 more, for Imminent Threat. 58-65, still anyone's game. 7 points separating these two teams. We are heading into jam number 15. 10 minutes left in the first half, and this is a bit of a height difference here, Muffin.
Definitely, we have Dragon Girl jamming in maroon for Imminent Threat,
and Scorpion jamming in the blue for Impending Doom.
Scorpion getting a little more jam time. She only took a 1 jam break, and she's back on the jam line for Impending Doom.
Pack making its way past turn 1, getting very spread out. Team Impending Doom holding off in the front.
Rhiannon Cannon doing her thing, shooting her down, taking her all the way back. She was almost out for initial pass. That was Scorpion.
So it looks like Dragon Girl did manage to get past the front of the pack and was declared lead jammer before she was taken out to the outside in the straightaway right after turn 2. And so she had to recycle and redo her entire initial pass. Scorpion yet to make it through that pack. And we have a star pass in progress. Scorpion has handed off the star cover over to her pivot. That is Rhiannon Cannon. But she does not have the helmet cover on her helmet yet. So still on that initial pass for Team Impending Doom. And we are closing in on a tie game, if not a lead change.
Yep, Dragon Girl through again. 5 more points. That's 10 total for this jam.
And that's that lead change we were talking about. 68-65. Imminent Threat takes the lead once again.
Rhiannon Cannon getting caught up. Oh, caught up at the front of the pack going down. Everybody goes down at turn number 4. As the jam continues, it is a power jam for Imminent Threat.
Oh.
I think. No, she was. We may have.
I think we've got a sick jammer off to the side. Wasn't a penalty. She just needed to evacuate. But hey, she jumped right back on the track.
What a pro. She threw up a little bit, got back on, but now she is going to the penalty box.
Did we see what the penalty was for?
Maybe, no, I didn't, but maybe for exiting wrong? Oh, now she's going totally off the track.
I'm confused by that call. And we have a timeout being called by Team Impending Doom. Who is this timeout brought to us by, Muffin?
This timeout brought to us by Bont. Lighter, faster, stronger. The original carbon fiber boot. Build your own dream skates on My Bonts. Lighter, stronger, faster. We did have a 20-point jam on that last jam scored by Dragon Girl. We do have another lead change, 78 points for Imminent Threat, 67 for Impending Doom. Just under 8 minutes left in the first half of this game, and that was 15 jams in.
We are heading into jam number 16, just under 8 minutes left here in the first half. And it's always interesting, you know, in a scrimmage situation where you get to play against some of your league mates over and over again. That's always fun. And I think we're checking the track to make sure it's all nice and clean. Want to thank all of our volunteers for making this tournament possible, and thanks to our gracious host, the Dallas Derby Devils. For those of you just tuning in, this is live coverage of Clover Cup 2018 live from the NYTEC Sports Center in beautiful North Richland Hills, Texas, and hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils. I am Scarlett O'Hurtia.
And I am Muffin Tumble. There is a huddle in the middle, and it may have to do with that little moment of sickness and the jammer going to the penalty box after taking a lap. And we might find out, but there is official timeout.
It's actually an official review called by Imminent Threat. And that is the team in maroon that just racked up a 20-point jam when Impending Doom's jammer had to exit the track because she was feeling a little indisposed. So we have people chatting in the center to see what the situation is. There wasn't any sort of penalty assessed there, but there was a lot of confusion, I'll say.
Definitely, and they're still discussing it.
So this official review brought to us by ProDesigned, manufacturing world-class custom knee pads, elbow pads, and wrist guards for your protective needs. Visit prodesign.com to order yours today.
And Bill is in the house, and if you are here or will be here, he would love to chat with you.
So we've seen a lot of adult strategy being used by younger skaters, and of course they're being coached by some of the best in the biz on how to execute those different strategies. And our crowd here is getting a little riled up. I don't know if you can hear them on our microphones, but lots of very proud parents in the stands, lots of home leagues cheering on their future talent. And it's always exciting to me to see a junior skater matriculate into one of the adult skaters, because it's like they're technically fresh meat, or they're a rookie, or they're a new draftee, but they play like they've been doing it for 10 years. Because they have.
Yeah, and they're so good. The young ones are so good, but what's awesome is they can end up having a 20, 30-year career once they graduate up.
That's true. And we're waiting on word on what the official review is about and what the outcome was. It does look like the official review was lost. So both teams have used up their official reviews for the half. Who do we have jamming, Muffin?
That is Demon Child in blue and Penguin in maroon.
And we have one of the blockers from Imminent Threat heading to the penalty box. I believe that was Bruiser Ballard.
And we have a power jam in favor of Imminent Threat. Demon Child is going to the penalty box for a forearm penalty, I believe. But we have lead jammer status going to Penguin. That is 4 lead jams in a row for Imminent Threat.
That momentum pendulum that I was talking about earlier, it's like it swings one way or another. We haven't seen a lot of that volleying of the lead jammer status from one jam to another. It's either a chunk here or a chunk there. And speaking of swinging from one way or the other, we've got a very fast pack underway. I think that was Impending Doom trying to take control of the pack progress.
Meanwhile, Penguin through for a grand slam.
Pack slowing down almost to a stop. Imminent Threat rushing forward.
A little penalty trouble for Impending Doom. It's 4-2 pack advantage for Imminent Threats. Penguin taking on Goliath at turn number 1, going all the way back to the jam line. And she's going to call off the jam, and this will be a power start in favor of Imminent Threat this next jam.
Now, I got to say, Penguin, well, okay, backtrack. One of the things I love about Junior Derby is that as a testament to size doesn't matter. If you're a good player, you're a good player. Your age, your size, it doesn't matter. It's your capabilities. It's what you can do on the track. Penguin is significantly smaller than most of the other players out on that track, and she has been making a mark for her team so far. 21 points of Imminent Threats, 87 coming from Penguin. We'll go over some of those stats here toward the end. And who's jamming now, Muffin?
That is Alligator jamming for Imminent Threat. Power jam. Oh, but look at quickly out. Demon Child finished her penalty. She's already out and through the pack on her initial pass. Both jammers are about to hit the pack at turn number 2.
Demon Child had a look on her face that is nothing but sheer determination when she came around that straightaway. And she was laser locked on Alligator, too.
She just took a hard hit from Bruiser Ballad, though. And we have 3 points scored by Impending Doom on that jam, taking them to 70 points. 89 points for Imminent Threat. We had 2 points from Alligator on that one.
So what's really been a game changer here in the first half was that 20-point jam for Imminent Threat when Impending Doom's jammer got sick and had to physically leave the track, so we didn't have a biohazard situation. And that led to a little bit of confusion, a little bit of momentum change. But Impending Doom's got some ground to make up. Still anybody's game, though, and we've got some solid jammers out on that track.
Those solid jammers are Gold Rush in blue for Impending Doom and Flying Debris back on the jam line for Imminent Threat. But lead jammer status goes to Gold Rush.
So here we go. There's that momentum change we were talking about. It only takes that one jam to get your confidence back up and for you to hit that track nice and solid, fluff and tough. Last line of defense along with ADH Doom, holding back Flying Debris, who is now out on her first scoring pass.
Gold Rush is going to let her try and score some points. And, yep, she's going to keep on going. She's through. Oh. Backbuck plenty being called on Flying Debris. Power jam for Impending Doom. And another, double secret power jam. Both jammers going to take a little musical chairs at the jam box.
There's a circus theme in my head.
So
playing right now.
Out first, that's Flying Debris. She'll be coming through the pass. This is her second scoring pass. That is Gold Rush. Flying Debris out. Gold Rush hitting the pack now. Second, I'm sorry, in blue.
Very exciting game going on, and lots of I's and M's to start names of teams that have us all kerfuffled. But both solid jammers back out on the track after serving penalties. And the briefest penalties we've seen so far in this game. 40 seconds remaining in the jam. 4 points for Impending Doom thus far. Imminent Threat yet to put points on the board. We have a star stash toward the end of that pass by Gold Rush. She grabs a grand slam, bringing her total to 9. We have closed that point spread to 10 points, separating these two teams with 22 seconds left in the jam.
Yep, Flying Debris getting caught up at turn number 4. Flying Debris. Oh, one blocker to pass. We do have another third star pass for Impending Doom, I think.
I think that. So Gold Rush getting called out for an illegal procedure penalty, and the star is currently on the track. It's been dropped, and we have a 4-3 pack advantage for Imminent Threat because Poca Loca is in the penalty box along with their prior jammer, Gold Rush.
So it will be. No, maybe not. Okay, yeah, power start for Imminent Threats. That means Gold Rush should be starting in the penalty box.
With no star on her helmet, the star is still on the track right at the jam line. They dropped it and have to leave it there. Oh, the coach grabs it and hands it over to her jammer. So we will see Gold Rush back on the track. I'm sorry. What?
Yes,
the names on the board are wrong. Ignore them.
Yep, that's Dragon Girl, though. That is right. And Dragon Girl is your lead jammer.
Panda Express is not your jammer for Impending Doom. Panda Express is currently on the bench, and Gold Rush will be your jammer of record once she comes out of that penalty box. Beautiful pack strategy right here, but foiled largely by Impending Doom.
Wow. It worked. They sped up to turn number 1, opened the gate, and then Dragon Girl just snuck right through.
Oh,
Ooh.
Cha-ching with a beautiful jammer takeout to the inside.
Cha-ching!
But not fast enough on the recycle, so Gold Rush didn't have to go back to the whole pack. She only had to go back behind Cha-ching. So she is now on her scoring pass. And we've got Dragon Girl being sent to the penalty box for cutting the track penalty. So a power jam now underway. We have a star pass, the pivot for Impending Doom, Disgracer, taking over as the point scorer for the team in blue and now being sent to the penalty box.
Oh, no. And that is 2 power jams for each team in the past 2 jams.
And back-to-back musical chairs.
Yes, yes. And Dragon Girl is out. Takes herself out at turn number 2, but she's back up.
I say that was a sniper. Nobody takes themselves out. It's always a sniper.
Yes, sniper attack at turn 1. The pack speeding up all the way out to turn 1.
So spread out. That pack is taking up at least 40 feet on that track right now.
Yep. Gold Rush out on turn number 2, getting caught up. No, you can't call off the jam. She did attempt to. She's going to keep going.
Imminent Threat has passed the century mark, 104 to 79. We have about 30 seconds left on the period clock, 5 seconds left on the jam clock, and we're going to see if Disgracer can make some headway. And it looks like she got some. Looks like 5 points for Impending Doom and 14 for Imminent Threat. 84 to 108, 15 seconds left on the clock. I do believe that was probably the last jam of the half.
And Impending Doom, really, that's her 3rd star pass, successful star pass so far this game. So it's really exciting. Still a close game, folks. Oh, and
It's officially time for halftime.
so we will see you in under 10 minutes right back here on this same channel. And I am Muff and Tumble.
I'm Scarlett O'Hurtia. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back at you here in about, let's say, 7 minutes with the continuing coverage here from Clover Cup 2018. If you want to chat with us during the intermission, use the hashtag #2 WFTDA or hashtag Clover Cup 2018. We'll see you back in just a few. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to continuing coverage of Clover Cup 2018 live from the NYTEX Sports Center here in beautiful North Richmond Hills, Texas, hosted by the Dallas Derby Devils. I am Scarlett O'Hurtya.
I am Muffin Tumble, and we're back where we left off 10 minutes ago. Impending Doom holding at 84 points. Imminent Threat will be in maroon, and they have 108 points. It's been a back-and-forth game, and it's been very, very exciting.
Impressive scoring displays by several of these players. We'll run down some of those stats from the first half. Disgracer leading the charge for Impending Doom with 35 points. Penguin with 30. Flying Debris with 29. Dragon Girl with 24. Rhiannon Cannon with 12. Alligator with 11 points. Fluff and Tough with 11 as well. Lucky Devil with 10. Gold Rush with 9. Demon Child with 7. And Gigabyte and Scorpion yet to score for their respective teams, but only 24 points separating these two. Anybody really in penalty trouble? It looks like the most we have on either side is 4 penalties, so nobody really close to fouling out at all. Remember, guys, if you want to chat with us about what's going on, you can use the hashtag CloverCup2018 or the hashtag #2 WFTDA. Right now you see out on the track Houston Roller Derby's All-Stars warming up for their next game at 4 o'clock. They are going to be facing off against Sacramento, who upset the #1 seed of the tournament, Rocky Mountain, in our first game of the weekend yesterday. So that's going to be exciting. And then after that, we have a game at 6 o'clock, which is going to be, I believe, Dallas and Mad Rollin'. So exciting day of Derby, exciting weekend of Derby here at Clover Cup. And you are now tuning in to the Juniors exhibition game here. Team Impending Doom in the blue, Team Imminent Threat in the maroon. These are the 30 most talented female skaters in the state of Texas, as determined by an open tryout some time ago. And it's been great to see them all trying out. And this is we're doing the hokey pokey to do equipment checks. And ADH Doom is being a little extra. And I only say that because I know her. And yeah, funny.
Yeah, that was very cute. I've never seen that, but that is a good way to check your toe stoppers. But next up, we will have in blue, that is Fluff and Tough taking the jam line for Impending Doom. And jamming for Imminent Threat, that will be Dragon Girl.
(108-84), Imminent Threat again in the maroon, in the lead by 24 points, and we have a very enthusiastic crowd here ready for the exciting conclusion of this juniors game. Cha-Ching in the blue. I'm sorry, Fluff and Tough. Cha-Ching is actually her sister that's playing on the other team. Fluff and Tough, the blue jammer, caught up in the pack, and your lead jammer is?
Dragon Girl is your lead jammer. Fluff and Tough is out of the pack. And it's so interesting. I didn't know they were sisters, but there's many sister teams on many of the teams. It's really exciting that we keep it in the family. The jam is called? Is it called?
It was called.
Okay.
It was called by Dragon Girl because she got shoved out of bounds in the straightaway right as Fluff and Tough was approaching. So she grabbed her 3 points and quickly called it off. And yeah, I love whatever siblings get on the track together. That really makes my heart happy because it's almost like if you have aggression, especially when you're living in the same house as a kid. Like, oh, she stole my favorite shirt. Well, I'm going to take you down on the track.
Right, there
and
you
then,
go.
And then you're going to know why.
And it's totally legal. If it's in the blocking zones, that is Alligator quickly through. Second lead jam status in a row for Imminent Threat.
Scorpion jamming for Impending Doom. Scorpion has yet to score here in this game. And Alligator coming up against a solid blue box formation defense in the back of the pack. She manages to smash on through. But gets a cutting the track penalty in the process. So Scorpion with a golden opportunity here to rack up some points as she is now on a power jam.
Power jam, but still in her initial pass. Getting taken down really hard at turn number 3, but she's back up. She's going to sneak around the outside, getting through on her initial pass as the power jam continues.
So she can get some points on the board if she can continue that progress. but she takes off the star, hands it off to Panda Express, but Panda does not have the cover on her helmet yet. It is merely in her hand, and Alligator now out of the pack, and a strong hit up in the front.
And that counted for some points. That is 4 points for Alligator on that pass.
I believe that was Honey Cruel Her, but I could be wrong. It could be Demon Child. I couldn't see her. It's Demon Child, sorry. That Alligator took out with a shoulder check right at turn 1.
Panda Express knocking everyone in her way, getting through for 5 in the sky, 4 impending doom.
And Demon Child getting called for a forearm penalty, so 4-3 pack advantage for Team Imminent Threat in the maroon. Panda Express, a formidable blocker, now trying to switch skills up a little bit and serve as the jammer for her team. Alligator grabbing 4 points on that pass, and Panda answers with 4 of her own. Imminent Threat, 12 points thus far, and Impending Doom not far behind with 8.
And the jam is called. That will take Impending Doom to 92. We have Imminent Threat at 127 points as we just end the second jam of the second half.
I feel like there was that was only the second jam.
I know.
There was a lot of stuff that happened in that
Oh,
junior
and it
period.
was 16 points scored on that last run by Alligator, even though she spent some time in the penalty box. So great jam by Alligator on that one.
Well, and great pack work by her blockers there. Alligator not one that needs a whole lot of offensive assistance, so that leaves her blockers to solely focus on defense and shutting down the other team's jammer. Speaking of shutting down the other team's jammer, Cha-Ching now jamming, and she is your lead for Imminent Threat.
Disgracer still in the pack for Impending Doom. Disgracer twirling around on one leg at turn number 2 for 5 points for Imminent Threat. Disgracer talking to her pack, saying move up, but she's getting, she's going to get around everyone as the blockers for Imminent Threat were split up. Both jammers out.
So our producer, Shady Hawkins, just informed me that this was Cha-Ching's first time to jam in this game. We've seen her out on the track, and we've mentioned her name as a blocker, which she is very talented in that respect, but also talented as the point scorer. That was her first jam, and she grabbed 10 points, widening that point spread between the two teams. Score currently 137 to 92. 45 points separating these two teams. And we are heading into jam number 4. I'm Scarlett O'Hercha.
And I am Muffin Tumble. And they're off, jamming in blue. That is Fluffin' Tough, and jamming in maroon, Penguin. Fluffin' Tough getting resetting behind everyone, but now getting around everyone at turn 1 for lead jammer status for Impending Doom. This is their first lead jam of this second half. Penguin still in the pack. Everybody caught up at turn number 1.
Penguin really having a hard time getting around. I believe that's Rhiannon Cannon, the pivot for Impending Doom. Fluffin' Tough with a grand slam. Earned the old-fashioned way with everyone in the pack empty penalty box. Except now that I've said something, someone will inevitably go. And Rhiannon Cannon taking out Penguin to the inside.
Meanwhile, 10 whole points so far for Fluffin' Tough. Fluffin' Tough on a roll. These are the first points for the Impending Doom in 2 jams. She's already back again for a third scoring pass.
Impending Doom crossing that century mark at 102. And Imminent Threat still in the lead, 137.
Penguin getting caught up at turn 1 with someone, they're evenly matched. They're the same height. Whistles being blown. We have a penalty being called on one of the Imminent Threat skaters.
You know, I gotta say, I think the size differential has more of an impact on the junior side than we think. When you have someone that is significantly taller than you or significantly shorter than you, it's much harder to block them. But like we saw here in this jam, Penguin and Rhiannon Cannon about the same size, and Rhiannon Cannon held Penguin back for almost the full 2 minutes. I mean, a good minute and a half there that Penguin was not able to get through that pack. And then we see her sneak right on through as soon as Rhiannon Cannon heads to that penalty box.
Yep, that was great work by Little Penguin, but we have 15-point jam back there. 4. Fluff for Fluff and Tough. 0 points scored by Imminent Threat on that one, but 137 to 107, only 30 points separating these teams. Still anybody's game. 23 minutes left in the game.
Much deeper jammer rotation for Impending Doom. They've fielded 9 jammers so far, whereas Imminent Threat is sticking with their solid 5. Well, 4, and then 1 they're kind of throwing Cha-Ching into the mix here in the second half. But Imminent Threat jumping out in front. Your lead jammer is Dragon Girl in the maroon.
Yep, this is her 3rd jam out of 6 jams so far this half. It is a power jam for Imminent Threat.
Demon Child sent to the penalty box. And Demon Child has been making some moves out on the track for Impending Doom. 7 points thus far in this game, but Dragon Girl really making her mark with 27 points so far for Imminent Threat.
Yep, enforcing the power stout again for Imminent Threat. That means Demon Child will start from the penalty box.
And that's a familiar name we now have out on the jam line.
Oh, yep, that's Alligator.
I feel like I can't say her name without saying Alligator. She got extra R's. And I was actually looking for her dad out in the crowd. Oh, yep, and now I see him. They always wear these giant alligator hats, and so they're always super easy to spot, and I love it. They're super sportive.
Oh, my God, I just spotted them, and I love their hats so much. That's cool. Okay, so we have Demon Child standing up in the penalty box, meaning her penalty is almost over, but lead jammer status goes to Alligator.
And I got to say, Fillmore Payne just took quite a spill at turn 2, and that's not an easy thing to do.
No.
So whoever hit her, I didn't see it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, she took a hit right to the front of her helmet. I mean, we heard the crack all through this room.
So our booth is situated right at turn 3, and Demon Child just went flying across the apex and hit the ground at turn 4, and we could hear it from all the way over here. So anyway, Demon Child out of the pack and made her first pass. Passes the star to her pivot. That is Disgracer.
And we missed a penalty on Alligator, so it is a power jam in favor of Impending Doom.
That face smash just like threw us off completely.
Yes.
Oh, and we're playing musical chairs again. It looks like the helmet cover was handed back to Demon Child, and now Demon Child is in the penalty box. So power jam for Alligator.
Alligator through quickly. Those are the first points scored during this jam.
We're 90
points.
seconds in,
Yeah.
and Allie just grabbed the first 5 points of the jam.
Ooh, look at that. Oh, hurtling through. Inbounds, continuing on her way. One more blocker to pass. Let's see how many she gets for that. She's getting the whole 5, so that's 10 points so far for Alligator.
And Team Imminent Threat currently skating at a 4-3 pack advantage with one blocker. I stand corrected. It was a 4-2 pack advantage because 2 blockers were in the box.
Beautiful offensive move there by Imminent Threat.
Demon Child did manage to get through that pack and grab, it looks like, 3 on that pass.
So it's 110 for Impending Doom, 156 for Imminent Threat. 19 and a half minutes left in this game.
We have a timeout called on the track by Team Imminent Threat. Who is this timeout brought to us by?
This timeout is brought to us by Savant Wheels by Adam. Are lighter, stronger, and have one of the smoothest rolls money can buy. 10% off on any Savant purchase as a Clover Cup special. Visit Resurrection for all your Adam needs.
We'd also like to thank Mixed Hues. They have original skater art and apparel. Get custom apparel made while you watch the tournament or check them out online. You can get names and numbers pressed on site all weekend. And I personally have used Mixed Hues to press my name onto the jacket that I've been wearing around all weekend so I can speak to the quality of their work. And we'd like to thank all of our sponsors here for supporting Clover Cup 2018. We're about to get back to the action. My name is Scarlett O'Hurtia.
And I am Up and Tumble.
We are watching 30 of the best female skaters for junior skaters in the state. And look, Sister Love.
Oh, these are the sisters.
These
That's so
sisters,
cute.
yeah. Cha-Ching is the older sister. Fluff and Tough is the younger. Fluff and Tough number 2 in the blue jersey. Cha-Ching in the maroon jersey, number 5. And they both have slightly different strategies.
But Cha-Ching, second time jamming, and she is so far at 100% lead jammer status for her team.
Little sister Fluff and Tough getting tangled up behind that imminent threat defense, which has been solid throughout this whole game. We've got one blocker apiece in the penalty box, and both jammers out of the pack. Cha-Ching senses her sister on her heels, calls it off after grabbing 5 points for imminent threat.
So 19 minutes left in this game. 110 for Impending Doom, 161 for Imminent Threat. That is Rhiannon Cannon back in the jam line in blue for Impending Doom. In maroon for Imminent Threat, we have
Dragon Girl.
Dragon Girl back at it again.
Rhiannon Cannon is one that I know we've seen her jam already today. That hasn't been her primary occupation, though. She's mainly been serving as a pivot and has been very effective in that role. Multiplayer block penalty called on, I believe that's Bruiser Ballard. Yep. Who's now in the penalty box, along with their jammer and another blocker. So power jam for lead jammer Rhiannon Cannon, and a golden opportunity with a 4-2 pack advantage for Impending Doom to make up some space.
She quickly got a grand slam for her team as the power jam continues. Let's see if she can get away with that again. Oh my God.
Beautiful offensive assist there.
Beautiful opening by her team, and then she just jumped the apex, got right through.
Disgracer was, eye contact and read exactly what she needed to open up some space on the inside. However,
yeah, they weren't going to let her get away with that again. But a quick 10 points on the scoreboard for Impending Doom.
yeah, causing chaos on the jammer takeout there, sensed the same play being utilized again and said, no, not falling for it again. So 161 to 120, we're heading into jam number 9 of the second half. And we got about 17 and a half minutes left in the game.
And that is Fluff and Tough back on the jam line for Impending Doom. And Penguin back on the jam line for Imminent Threat. Imminent Threat in maroon, leading by 41 points. Penguin at the front of the pack, and yes, she is your lead jammer.
So I'm going to go back to my statement about the size differential, because right now there's nobody that is Penguin's height on the track right now. Everyone's pretty significantly taller than her, and that is... You can see how easily she's able to duck around everyone.
Yep, and she just did it again. She is through. That is her first scoring pass. And we do have, almost had a helmet cover transfer. But no, 4 points for Imminent Threat, taking them to 165. They are now leading by 45 points. 16 and a half minutes left in this very exciting game.
Familiar face-off now taking the line. Alligator and Scorpion for their respective teams. Scorpion in the blue, elbowing Alligator, ribbing Alligator, I guess you could say, in a very playful manner before the whistle blows. They are, of course, friends on and off the track, even though Allie is in San Antonio and Scorpion is in Houston.
Ooh, nice little hip whop off her opposing blocker, but it did work for her. She is her lead jammer. 5 of the past 4 lead jams have gone to Imminent Threat.
Alligator, the lead point scorer of the game so far, with 41 of Imminent Threat's 165 points. She is at an 85% lead jammer status acquisition.
Add 5 points to that score count. She's through again, already back again on her second scoring pass.
Scorpion now through the pack and eligible to score points. So if Allie can stay out of the box, I have a feeling she's going to shut her down once again. And, of course, she does.
Denied. Impending Doom held to 120 points for 3 jams now, as Imminent Threat goes up to 172. Quick 7 points on the scoreboard, scored by Alligator.
Fluff and Tough donning the star for the team in blue, that is Impending Doom. And for Imminent Threat, that is Dragon Girl wearing the star for the maroon team.
Still have a 4-jammer rotation, 4 imminent threats, and Dragon Girl is out first. She is your lead jammer again, going with the momentum and holding on to their lead. That is imminent threat. At turn number 1, Fluff and Tough goes down, still on her initial pass. First scoring pass for Dragon Girl, spinning around for 5 points for imminent threat.
So we didn't call it right when it happened, but Gold Rush currently in the penalty box, almost done serving her penalty actually. She's in danger right now. She's got 5 penalties, most of which are direction of gameplay. So Gold Rush with some solid things to work on, but she's also been a really impactful pivot and has been a good leader on the track for her team. Just got to watch those little nuances.
Yep, she is listed in the red zone on Atom Bomb's amazing spreadsheet of wonder.
This is Excel. This is like Ringster, but in Excel, and it's fabulous.
Yep, again, so Impending Doom still holding at 120 for 4 jams in a row. Imminent threat really on a roll. 13, almost 14 minutes left in this game.
Rhiannon Cannon jamming for Impending Doom, but out front your lead jammer is Cha-Ching. And she is now at 100%. Oh, sorry, just joking. 66% on lead jammer status acquisition.
Throw on her initial pass. Rhiannon Cannon is out, about to hit the pack for her first scoring cast, but let's see if she gets denied.
And I was just kidding. It was 100%. I was corrected.
Okay, cool. Oh, she's going to get through. She did get through, going backwards.
Cha-Ching with a step on the inside. Fillmore Payne clearing just enough space for her teammate to step through. And then we have a couple of imminent threat members taking a stumble right around the apex. Imminent threat grabs 7 points courtesy of Cha-Ching. And Impending Doom takes 4 from Rhiannon Cannon.
Yep, first points for them in 5 jams.
We're starting to see shorter and shorter jams, I feel like, as the half goes on. And part of that's because of penalties, jammer penalties specifically. I feel like there were more at the beginning of the second half than there have been in the latter. We now have a timeout on the track. It is a team timeout called by Imminent Threat. This is their last timeout of the game, and it is brought to us by...
It is brought to us by Anabolics Gentry. Gentry Series wheels, patented Vanguard urethane paired with a lightweight nylon hub, giving you the speed, grip, and edging that you need to reign over the competition. Anabolic Gentry. .64 game. Imminent Threat still holding on to their lead. 12 minutes and 41 seconds left in this half.
And our lovely producer, Shady Hawkins, just pointed out to me that we have the potential to see a pattern return that we saw in the first half. So if things continue the way that they did in the first half, we may see an increase in the number of star passes out on the track by Team Impending Doom. In the first half, they only did 1 star pass pretty early on, and then saved their last few star passes toward the end of that first half. And it seemed to be an effective strategy for them, especially whenever they passed that star over to Panda Express, and who grabbed 8 points on whenever she accepted the star. So we've got Scorpion out on the track once again, going up against Alligator. Empty penalty box. Scores 188 to 124. We are in jam number 13.
Alligator pushing him out. Yep. Oh, multi-player block being called on number 13 for blue, but we have lead jammer status going to Alligator.
Lucky Devil being assessed that multiplayer block penalty and having to yield to Alligator, who took herself out. A little bit of a tap from the defenders from Impending Doom.
Yes, she had really picked up some speed on that turn, but yep. Okay, she's finally through. Backwards, waving bye-bye, and taking those 5 points. Continuing on her way with lead jammer status. Scorpion still stuck on her initial pass.
Gold Rush taking a tumble. And Disgracer, the pivot for Impending Doom, also in penalty trouble right now. She's currently got 5. So she has to be real careful, especially if they start to do that star pass that we talked about. If she takes it up, there we go.
You saw it coming. Here we go. Successful. It is done. And...
that is Disgracer going to be taking over as the jammer for Impending Doom. I believe they're still making that initial pass.
Yeah, lots of whistles being blown there, so I didn't know if she was going to get away with it, but yes. She's going to, oh, little jammer on jammer action. She's taking the star. Little face-off. Alligator says, I'm not playing. I'm going to score my 10 points and roll away. 198 for Imminent Threat, 124 for Impending Doom.
So if Disgracer had continued on, the thing she would have had to watch for was those penalties, because that's when Imminent Threat has really taken advantage of the track and racked up those big points. Whenever both teams are on the track and active, they can keep it pretty evenly matched, but those penalties have just been killer.
That is Fluff and Tough jamming again in blue for Impending Doom. And that is Penguin jamming in maroon for Imminent Threat.
Fluff and Tough trying to zig and zag her way across that track, and it looks like Demon Child being sent to the penalty box. That is her 5th penalty.
The first lead jammer status for in 6 jams going to Impending Doom, but that is Fluff and Tough. She is your lead jammer. Penguin also out, about a half a lap behind.
So this is Fluff and Tough's 8th jam of the game. She's had lead 3 of those 8 and has racked up 26 points, tied for 2nd place on point scoring with Rhiannon Cannon.
Oh, Penguin just going through. Did you see her just open the doors and slide through like an elevator was closing? She did that, and she got 4 points. Penguin's going to try and do it again as she approaches turn number 1.
Fluff and Tough grabbing 4 points on that pass, calls it off right as Penguin hits that pack, but Penguin, I wanted to call her Gwen. Penguin grabs 2 points before the whistle blows. So Imminent Threat actually coming out on top of that one.
Yep, outscoring the other jammer and breaking the 2-century mark. 204 points for Imminent Threat, 128 for Impending Doom. Just over 9 minutes left in this game. Great cheering getting started in the crowd.
That's another thing I really am fond of with juniors is the parents, because they get so excited. And, off to the races. Both of these jammers sprinting out of that line, and Rhiannon Cannon living up to her name, out like a cannonball. Grabs lead jammer status for Team Impending Doom. Cha-Ching sent to the penalty box.
So the first time Cha-Ching jamming the second half has not gotten lead jammer, and now she's going to sit out for up to 30 seconds. Rhiannon Cannon through on her first scoring pass for 5 in the sky. Uh-oh, will she get all of them? Power jam, musical chairs. I sit, you go skate. Cha-Ching out. Sneaking around everyone through. Oh, so she never got those points earlier.
Well, she was on her initial pass when she got called on that penalty. So that was just her initial pass, but she only sat for a few seconds. So Rhiannon Cannon is doing much the same, juts out and grabs a grand slam on her second scoring pass.
Yep.
Question mark, I'm Ron Burgundy.
Right. 5 for Rhiannon Cannon and 4 for Cha-Ching so far, according to the scoreboard.
So it looks like they made her repeat that scoring pass
They
because
did.
of the penalty. And that was beautiful footwork by Rhiannon Cannon on the inside lane there, literally stepping over her opposition in order to grab her points. Cha-Ching grabs 4, Rhiannon with 4 as well. Impending Doom takes 9 points so far here in this jam. Imminent Threat with 8.
Imminent Threat taking Rhiannon Cannon all the way back to turn number 3. She's going to reset.
Now, this is where we see Rhiannon Cannon and Penguin going toe-to-toe, and they're about the same size, so it's a lot easier to hold back someone your own size.
Oh, yeah. But it worked. Rhiannon Cannon is through. She is at...
But she did a star stash, so helmet cover not on the helmet means you don't get the points.
Yep, still holding at 9 points so far. Oh, big takedown.
Cha-Ching taking a spill courtesy of Panda Express. Former teammates Panda Express and Cha-Ching, so Ching has felt that before.
Yep, a 15-point jam on that last one by Cha-Ching. 9 points for Impending Doom, 137 to 219. A little under 7 minutes left in this game. That is Disgracer jamming in blue in this next jam for Impending Doom.
Oh, so we actually have Bruiser Ballard now sitting in the box, the lone player in the box. So 4-3 pack advantage to start for Impending Doom, and Bruiser is in the box for an insubordination penalty. I believe it had to do with trying to leave the box too early, is what we're guessing over here completely. So we could be wrong.
That's Dragon Girl. She's through first. She is your lead jammer.
Not far behind, though, Disgracer, the jammer for Impending Doom. And the Vuvuzelas have joined us.
Beautiful turn. Look at that, spinning all along the apex through for 5 points for Dragon Girl. It's DG. There's 2 GGs jamming
Battle
right
of the Ds.
Yep.
Dragon Girl shoved to the outside there by Gigabyte. Gets through on the inside for 4 points, shutting out Disgracer on that last jam. 8 points for Imminent Threat, 4 for Impending Doom. We're starting to see the scoreboard get away. 227 to 141, Imminent Threat in the lead. Although I'm curious here, Impending Doom still has all 3 of their timeouts and their official review remaining for the half. Imminent Threat only has their official review left on that clock, so curious.
Yes, that is. And look at the jam line. That is Panda Express jamming for Imminent Threat.
And no, this is the battle of the twos. Fluff and Tough going
Fluff
up
and Tough.
against Fillmore Payne.
Oops.
Number 2 for Maroon. Fillmore Payne facing off against Panda Express. And then a tag team there by Gold Rush.
Wow.
Beautiful teamwork by Team Impending Doom.
Fillmore Payne worked for it, but she is your lead jammer.
Now that's a name we've said several times in the context of being a powerhouse blocker. But now she's showing her stuff as a point scorer as well. Fluff and Tough sent to the penalty box. So now Fillmore Payne is going to feel the power of a power jam out there all by her lonesome.
And the Imminent Threat blockers doing a great job of offense, trying to open it up for her. They're going to take advantage of this power jam.
Fillmore Payne shoved to the inside with a tap there from Gold Rush. Reaping Beauty, excuse me. That was Reaping Beauty on that jammer takeout.
So she calls off the jam early. This will be a power start in favor of Imminent Threat. That means Fluff and Tough will be jamming in blue. Next up, but is 141 for Impending Doom. We have an official timeout.
We have an official review out on the track. So this official review brought to us by Resurrection Skates. Does your gear need an upgrade? Resurrection Skates has all your roller derby needs covered. Check us out for protective wear, skate deals, skate mounting and repair, gift cards, and more. That's Resurrection Skates. They've got the new Deadbolt Apex 2 knee pads for a special Clover Cup only discount price. For those of you here with us at the NYSEX Sports Center at Clover Cup, you can take advantage of that discount. Or if you've got a friend here, you know, maybe they can take advantage of that discount for you, bring things home. Everyone likes souvenirs. Why not some new gear? So we have an official review called by Team Impending Doom in blue. They, if I remember correctly, did not use their official review in the first half, and this is the first timeout of any kind that they've called during this game. So difference in clock management strategies between the two teams. We have a 90-point spread, Muffin.
Oh, yep, and only 4 minutes left. We will have a 4-3 pack advantage for Imminent Threats.
And if you look at the difference between, like, if we look at the numbers, between the two, Imminent Threat has stuck with a specific strategy throughout the entire game. A solid 5 jammer rotation. They threw Fillmore Payne in on the last jam, but that's only the 6th person they've fielded, whereas Impending Doom has fielded 9 jammers, 9 out of their roster of 15. So pretty significant difference there.
Definitely, and I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Those 4 jammers are working hard for Imminent Threat. As we are almost ready. Yes, we are. That is Alligator jamming in maroon.
Alligator been punching her time clock over and over. She's in a 9 jams so far.
Power jam over. Fluff and Tough is out. She snuck through, and she snuck through for lead jammer status.
That was straight out of the penalty box. Fluff and Tough, just nobody saw her coming. They were all focusing on Alligator. Fluff and Tough taking advantage of that situation. This is her 11th jam, I believe, and her 4th time to get lead.
Alligator getting caught up at turn number 4. Both jammers stuck at turn number 4. Alligator, ooh.
Nice follow-up by Disgracer.
Definitely.
And a tag team with Gold Rush.
great recycling, but she's through. That was a little work, but she has 4 points for imminent threat.
Fluff and Tough being thrown around like a ping pong ball.
In
Or
ja-
pinball. Pinball is a better analogy.
But she did get 1 point on the board. 142 for impending doom and 235 for imminent threat. Little over 3 minutes left in the game.
We're heading into jam number 19, and we've got Love on the track, ADH Doom giving a hug to 947 Seek and Destroy, who is now jamming for imminent threat.
So I believe Seek and Destroy, definitely her first time jamming today.
Definitely ADH Doom's first time to jam as well.
So they were save the best for last. Let's see how this goes.
Well, in situations like this where you don't have points or rankings or things like that on the line, and it's a mashup scrimmage, you really get a chance to try some different things, field some different jammers, see how they do, and that way you can see who you can field in a pinch when things go wrong, or if you just need to try something else to shake things up. Both jammers still trying to make their way through that pack. Solid defense by both teams right now. But, Seek and Destroy being sent to the penalty box.
Probably skating. Oh, track cut penalty. So power jam for impending doom.
Impending Doom with ADH Doom as their jammer.
Oh, going down hard at turn number 3. She's back up. Looking for the assist. That is 382. Crazy Haley opening the door, but it was shut down again. Look at that sweep. Oh.
Polka Loca, beautiful sweep all the way from lane 1 to lane 4, taking Cha-Ching to the outside and making some space for ADH Doom to get through. She is your lead jammer and immediately calls it off before she got any points.
And she maybe didn't know the power jam was over. So we're going to start fresh with 2 fresh jammers, 142 for impending doom, 235 for imminent threat.
Now, imminent threat still has their jammer in the box. So this will be a power jam start for Lucky Devil, who is jammer number 10. Technically number 4.
Power jam over. Seek and Destroy is out at turn number 1, trying to sneak by. Yes, she does. She sneaks through, and she is your lead jammer.
So we have seen Lucky Devil jam one other time in this game. She did not get lead jammer status. However, Seek and Destroy taking her chance, getting lead jammer status now.
Both jammers resetting to the back of the pack.
And there's that size thing we talked about. Seek and Destroy. Rhiannon Cannon has her number and is laser locked on her like a heat-seeking missile. And they're about the same size. Swing and a miss by impending doom's blockers.
Seek and Destroy through that door for 5 points. She's at 5 points so far for Seek and Destroy.
5 seconds left in the period, and we've got 102 point spread, or just under 100 point spread, 98.
Seek and Destroy. We do have we're about to have a new jammer for impending doom.
And this is the Star Pass strategy we talked about a little while ago. The period clock has expired, so this will go as long as
two successful Star Passes. Alligator now jamming for imminent threat. Imminent threat. Impending doom's new jammer. That is Rhiannon Cannon. So we're continue for 25 more seconds. Alligator through for 5 more points.
Right there at the end, we did have Disgracer hit the track, and she's not quick to get up. And I believe it's her back she was holding momentarily. Coach is checking her out. The period clock has expired, so that was the last jam of the game. We have our medic team checking out Disgracer. So as they are checking out Disgracer on the track, all of the teams taking a bit of a pause. Score 245 to 143, and I believe that will close out the game. But we want to make sure that Disgracer is okay. She's moving both of her feet, and looks like she's going to try and get up. Medic's trying to make her move a little slow. Crowd cheering her on, trying to encourage her on her feet. Could very well be a tailbone injury. We know those happen all the time when someone falls just ever so wrong.
She could have also just knocked her wind, and getting her wind knocked out is really, it's terrifying momentarily. She is crawling.
So not on her feet, but I think that has more to do with her being on her skates than general mobility. She may not want to stand back up on the skates. So she has removed herself from the track, so able to crawl off to the team bench where the medic team is still checking her out. But she did leave the track under her own power. So unfortunately, an exciting game coming to a close on a less than exciting note. But we hope Disgracer is okay, and that she makes a speedy recovery. The score is officially final, so not to minimize the impact of the injury on Disgracer by any means, but we do want to celebrate the great show of athleticism that we've seen from both of these teams today, including Disgracer and her teammates on Team Impending Doom. But Team Imminent Threat takes the win, and they are now taking a victory lap around the track. Spirits are lifting, and momentarily, I believe we are doing a presentation of medals, so I'm going to go grab a different microphone. Muffin, if you want to run through maybe some of the stats. Oh, I didn't notice this, but apparently Demon Child fouled out.
Oh.
We were too caught up in the action on the track. We didn't pay attention
Yeah.
to what was
Yeah,
going
I don't
on
know
at
when that
the track.
happened. So both teams will be gold medals and silver medals will be awarded.
And Disgracer is on her skates. Her teammates are helping her take that victory lap. I think she's leaning on Panda Express as she makes her way around that track for high fives. So I think Disgracer gonna be okay.
That's great news. And be sure to look around in your town for the Junior Derby Leagues. They accept skaters 8 to 18. And it's just a great way to play some derby and learn a great sport.
One more time, give it up for all these skaters out here on the floor.
So a little bit of stats. High score for Impending Doom was, let's see, Alligator, but that's Imminent Threat. She scored 72 points for her team. And then the high scorer for Impending Doom would be Disgracer at 39 points. And she had 42% lead jammer status. Alligator, 70% lead jammer status. 100% lead jammer status going to Ching for her 4 jams. And so if you look to the track, we have a group picture being taken by both teams. And these are all friends from all over Texas. And the award ceremony is coming up.
So we're gonna try, and I'm gonna try and take a microphone out on the track. Doom. Team Doom is going to come over here on this side of the track. So we are going to present some medals to our athletes here for their hard work this weekend. So for those of you watching at home, we have some really lovely silver medals.
On behalf of our most gracious hosts, the Dallas Derby Devils, we want to present
So for those of you that can't hear, we, on behalf of the Dallas Derby Devils, our gracious hosts today, we are presenting each skater with a medal, and they're really lovely. They actually remind me a lot of the Olympic medals that we saw this year. Silver, of course, going to Team Impending Doom, and gold going to Imminent Threat. Impending Doom in the blue, Imminent Threat in the maroon. Very hard-fought battle between these two teams. And that's what you're watching out on the track right now. So we still have our very excited skaters out on the track right now. Of the sport has in store, and the future is bright indeed.
now that everybody has a medal one more time. Give it up.
So now that we've completed our junior exhibition for the day, we are going to see if I can steal an interview with someone.
Applicant named Fatness. I'm Johnny Pepper. We'll see y'all real soon.
So I'm going to walk over to the camera with one of the coaches from Team Imminent Threat. So I don't know if you guys can see us yet because I don't know if they switched the camera, but this is Scarlett O'Hara. I'm over here with 9mm Nancy. Nancy, you guys just pulled out a win that was a very competitive game. So tell me what it was like to work with skaters from all over the state of Texas.
It was amazing just to see the turnout. Honestly, we hated to turn away any skaters, but the amount of talent that showed up, it was hard to decipher who, earned their spot or who hadn't. I got a chance to work with both teams, and both teams have just worked so hard over the last few months traveling to Waco. But we have girls from all over the state of Texas, and it's just been an amazing experience for me as a skater too.
Oh, I hear you getting a little choked up there. That's so great. So you're a skater yourself, right? So what does sorry everyone watching at home, we're doing this, we're doing it live. So Nancy, tell me a little bit about how this makes you feel about what these athletes are going to look like when they're ready to play with your teammates.
Actually, that's what motivates me to coach them, is because I realize that this is going to be the next level of derby for us as adults and for the children. So derby's just going to keep evolving. Their skill set is just going to be 10 times better than all of us. So adults, get your big boy and big girl panties on because they're coming for us. So
Absolutely, and very exciting, very gracious of the Dallas Derby Devils to award these beautiful medals. And I don't know if you'd be willing to show the camera, but these are heavy duty. I kind of like the biting the medal thing that all the Olympians do. There we go. Yes, yes. So 9mm Nancy here speaking with me today. Thank you so much. Congratulations to your team, Imminent Threat, and very bright future for Derby ahead of us and some very talented young ladies. What is next for those 30 ladies?
they have their own home team season, so we actually compete against one another. We're hoping to do the same thing next year, but maybe get some more states involved. So,
hint, hint to everyone outside of Texas.
So we're just going to keep going with the force that they are, and we are all friends, so we all get to play and compete against one another still. So.
All right, okay. Great, great, great. All right, everybody at home, thank you so much for tuning in for our junior exhibition. Now, we are going back to see some warm-ups for Houston Roller Derby's All-Stars, taking on the Sacramento Roller Derby in our next game at 4 o'clock. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back at you here in about 20 minutes for some pregame recaps. I'm Scarlett O'Hara, and we'll see you soon.
skateboarding gives you that refuge, that safe space that you can escape to when you have all this other stuff going on in life.
Feel like I linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control.